Hello everyone. So in the last video I talked about some boolean operators and given you some examples on the IDLE, but this time I will not use the IDLE anymore. I will use VS Code, the Visual Studio Code. That is one very popular editor that is famous among the experienced developers. So I will use that to write some code and I will explain on that only. So let us first understand the concepts, then I will write the code on the VS Code editor. If you are watching this video for the first time, I highly recommend you to check out my playlist. I am making a whole playlist for beginners who are very new in Python. So I will link the playlist in the I button. Please check the I button and follow from the first part. So if you can understand, if you want to understand everything from the beginning, you should follow from the first part, then you should come here. Okay, so let's start. So today what we will do, we will look at some of the flow control statements. So what are flow control statements? The statements that contains the execution flow of the program is known as flow control statements. Like if you are coming from some other programming languages, you must be familiar with if else statements. Those are called flow control statements. So these statements always starts with a condition which is followed by a block of code that is also known as a clause. So a block of code is in Python is little bit different than other languages like C or Java. In C and Java, what we do is we specify one open curly brace and we write the code inside that and close that curly brace to define the block of code. But in Python, what we have to do is we have to indent the block of code with 4 spaces or one tab with respect to the above condition statement. That means that if you have two if statements, one is nested within the another, the first if statement will the sentence that is right after the first if statement, the clause that is right after the first if statement will have 4 spaces from the side, left side, and if the clause that is under the second if statement, that will have 4 plus 4, total 8 spaces after the from the left side. So in Python there is no opening and closing curly braces like other languages. The control flow statements in Python, as I have told you earlier, are of 3 types: if, elif and else. Elif is nothing but the else if that you use in Java or C. So these 3 are the control flow control statements in Python. So now we will take an example of flow control statements. So here you can see that inside if I have written an expression that will evaluate to true because 5 is greater than 3, as I wrote here, that is true. So this expression will give true. Then if this expression is true, then we do not need to specify equal to true like that. You do not need to specify anything. By default Python will recognize that this expression is true. But if it is false, then we have to specify something like not operator. But here, as it is true, the print statement will be executed that has the value true. If it was false, like 5 less than 3, then the else part will have been executed. So the false will be the answer. So this is how control flow works. If the expression is correct, it will, most of the cases, it will return two values, either true or false. If the statement is correct, the first part will execute, or if the statement is false, then the rest of the code will execute, that is inside the else part. Now if you can see that these arrows indicate the clause. The print statements are the clause that have 4 spaces indentation colon symbol after 5 greater than 3. After colon symbol, in modern text editors, it will automatically indent your code, but if you are writing your code on Notepad, make sure you press tab or 4 spaces, then only your Python program will run properly. So in the else part, if the if section is not executed, like I told you before, if the if section is not fulfilled, or if the if section is not true, then the else portion will be executed. So print, then quote, then print, then parenthesis, then inside that false will be executed, and you will get false as output. Let me talk about the flow control statements. So if and else are both flow control statements. So we will see some more example. So here I wrote one small code where I declared a variable first name, then I stored John there, and in second name I stored Jerry, and I am taking an input name that is stored in the name variable. So then I am checking if the name variable is equal to the first name or not. If it is equal to the first name, it will print hi John, because first name is John. If it is equal to John, it will print hi. It will greet the user. And in elif, we can see that if it is equal to the second statement, it will print Jerry, because second name contains Jerry. Otherwise, if it is not equal to any of the above, it will print hi, then the name that is entered using format function. So now let us write some code in a Python script to understand things better. So what I will do is, I will first tell you how to install VS Code. To install Visual Studio Code, what you have to do is just open your favorite browser and type Visual Studio Code. It will automatically search it in the Google, and you will get the first link. It is telling download Visual Studio Code, Mac, Linux and Windows. So click on that. So here you can see there are different options for Windows, Linux and for Mac. Select whichever operating system you are using, and just click next and it will be installed. It is very simple process. There are a lot of tutorials on YouTube to do that. I will not explain this thing. Please do that and install Visual Studio Code in your PC, and let's continue. Open the VS Code editor. It will look something like this, or you may get a welcome screen. I have disabled that, so I am not getting that. So what you will do is, first we have to create one folder where we will store our files. So I will create my folder inside ddisk yt uploads, and here I will create my folder, and I will click on this new folder button, and I will give name src for source. All the source files will be saved in this folder. Now click on select folder. You will see that the source folder is opened. Now to create any file, here you have to click on this plus icon. Let me zoom it so that you can see better. So here src you can see. After beside that there is one new file icon. It tells new file. You have to click that and type the name of the file. Now I am typing 01 slash 01 hyphen if else .py. So I have created one Python file here. So what I will do is I will write some code. So first thing that I will do, that I will declare a comment. Let me adjust the screen size. Okay, I think you can see that my screen properly and read the text that I am entering. So this will be a Python script to demonstrate the usage of flow control statements. Then we will give the name of the statements. As it is a multi-line comment, we should always give 2 lines. Two or more lines we should give. Okay, so quickly let me tell you one more thing that I have forgot to tell before, that is how to write the different kinds of comments in Python. This is the multi-line comment. So now what I will do is I will take an input from the user. I will ask his or her name. I am taking the input and giving the message to the user that enter your first name. After I give this, after this prompt will be displayed in the screen, the user will understand what to enter. Then what I will do, I will declare one variable called first name. Then I will give a name John, and then I will declare an employee ID, and I will give it a random ID whatever, and I will give a password. So these 4 variables I will declare. Now what I will do is I will start writing the if statements, and I will check if the entered name is equal to the first name or not. If it is equal to first name, you can see after I typed colon here, after I type colon, it automatically indents 4 spaces. So this is the advantage of writing code in a modern text editor. It automatically helps you to write better code you don't have to manually do everything. Like in Notepad you have to do manually everything. So it's better to use modern text editors. So now what I will do is I got his name and it is equal to the name that I am giving, that I have declared. So if this part is true, then only this block of code will execute. What is the block of code? The block of code is again an input that is taking the user's employee ID. So it is asking for the user's employee ID. Now what we will do with that employee ID? So we will check if employee ID is equal to or equality operator employee ID that I have declared earlier, this variable. If this matches this variable, then we will ask the user to enter the password. And I will check whether the password is equal to the stored password or not. So first I have to create the pwd variable, and inside that I will take an input and let's just give a colon here also. And after I give, you can clearly see the difference. These are 4 spaces, this is also 4 spaces, because these 2 is a clause under this, and this is a clause and as well as a control flow statement, and this is 8 spaces. The 4 spaces is with respect to this clause, this control flow statement, and not this one. So if I type like this, here I shift this, then it will check this also and then it will check this also, but we don't want that. We want to check the employee ID only once the first name matches. If the first name is incorrect, we will not check the employee ID. Like this, if the employee ID is incorrect, we will not check for the password. So that's why we are indenting this like in this fashion. This is known as nested if statement. So if the password is equal to the stored password, then we will print that the user is logged in successfully. And now comes the else part. If I get else in this portion of the code, if this part does not matches, the password entered by the user does not match the stored password, then what we will do, we are writing here in else we will print that login failed and we will give reason incorrect password. After that we will come to the outer if statement, and we will write the else statement also. If the employee ID does not matches, we will write in else, we will write that employee ID is incorrect. Like this we will display, and let me convert it into lowercase, it is looking odd. So we will do like this, and we will tell that the employee ID is incorrect. Now if the name only does not matches, in the beginning only what it will do, I will explain after I write the code. If name only does not matches, then we will tell that login failed, and we will give reason invalid first name. So let's run the program and check if it is working or not. I have clicked this button here, you can see, and it is showing something like this. This is not a comment like this. What you can do is, I will delete this and I will write this. Sorry guys, I explained this in the beginning wrong, because the pound symbol is used for single line comment in Python. So if I write this is a single line comment, so like this, I don't think there is any more error. Let's run the code. Okay, now you can see, let me open a new shell, and to run a Python code you just have to type Python and then the name of the file. So here it is asking for first name. So if I type my name here, it will give login failed, reason is invalid first name. Now if I type the correct name, then it will ask for the employee ID, because it is going to the second if statement inside the first one. So the first if statement checks the name, second is if statement checks the employee ID. So if I type wrong employee ID, then it will tell that your employee ID is incorrect and it will exit out. It will not check further for any other statements. Now if I again run this program and I type the correct username, and here I type the correct employee ID, then it will ask for the password to log in. If I type the password incorrect, like if I type 123, that is not correct. So if I type like this, it will tell login failed, incorrect password. Now let's type everything correctly. So the name is John, the employee ID is 12345, and the password is John123. See, it prints, "Hi John, you have logged in successfully." So this is the program, and now I will demonstrate what I have done. So remember, I also forgot that This is the multi-line comment, and this is the pound symbol is the single line comment. Do not use backslash 2 times. This is for other languages, not for Python. So after this, I am taking input as the name input. After user enters the first name, and we have stored our expected inputs here. So we will check whether the first name is equal to the user's input or not. If it is not John here, it will print this statement: login failed, invalid first name. If it is correct, it will come into this line. It will execute this statement: enter your employee ID. If the employee ID is incorrect, that is not, if it is not 1 2 3 4 5, then it will print this statement. Sorry, your employee ID is incorrect. It will print this statement. And at last, if the employee ID is correct, then it will ask for the password and store the password. So here also we are storing the employee ID. You can see emp ID we are storing and then using it. So first you have to store the value, then use it, otherwise you will get an error. So I am storing the password. If the user enters the correct employee ID, he will be prompted for the password to log in. And here it is checking whether we have the user has entered the correct password or not. If he has entered the correct password, it will print that he has successfully logged in. If the user has not printed the correct password, the program will tell that the login is failing because the reason is incorrect password. So that is the program that I wanted to share with you guys. So let's close this window. We don't no longer use this. So that is for today. I wanted to tell about the flow control statements today. Hope you guys have understood what I have explained, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel as I always ask. And please follow the other tutorials also, and please keep the bell icon. Please press the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I release a new video. That helps the YouTube algorithm to understand whether the users are getting the notification or not. If you don't get notification, then you will miss the video. So it's better to keep the bell icon pressed. So that's all guys. Like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.